Welcome back to my series, Dance Moms Uncovered. Since Abby's introduction to television, it has been obvious that she flirts a lot with younger men. But sometimes her flirting has gone too far, with people who are much too young. I have felt very conflicted about making this video for a few months now, but I couldn't just let all this evidence be swept under the rug. To be clear, she has done absolutely nothing wrong in the eyes of the law as far as I can tell, and I'm not suggesting that she ever has. If Abby had done any of these things on its own, I would perhaps see it as her misjudging what's appropriate to do. But when you combine them all together, it really makes me think that it's something we need to keep an eye on. I'm not going to discuss all of her relationships or anything because there are way too many and some aren't actually problematic at all. I just wanted to put a brief disclaimer here, saying that this video will talk a little bit about harassment and people being pursued against their will. If you think this could be harmful for you, please take care of yourself and don't continue to watch this video. But otherwise, feel free to share your thoughts on the following evidence. First, let's look at over 25. For this video, I decided to start with the older age group of people that Abby flirts with inappropriately and work my way to some of the younger ones. This first group includes men over 25. One of the oldest men with which she seemed to have a questionable relationship was John Corella. John is around 11 years younger than Abby and is credited with creating the concept for Dance Moms. However, the age gap is not the issue in this situation. Abby says that she has known John since he was about 13 or 14 when she would see him every year at Dance Masters of America. In fact, Abby was at one point in time the president of the Pennsylvania Dance Masters of America. Well, she has mentioned several times that she thinks John is a hot guy. In fact, in one of her interviews, she claims that most of her stories start with a hot guy. But much worse is this image that was leaked of Abby grabbing him very inappropriately. Considering she watched him grow up and would have been 24 or 25 when they first met, I really don't want to think about how their relationship got to this point.
Dance Moms started with a hot guy. So dads, you might want to cover your ears. Most of my stories start with a hot guy. I had known him since he was 13 years old, 14 maybe. He competed at a big national competition that I attended every year, Dance Masters of America. So I saw this guy grow up and he was masculine, good looking and whatever.
Abby hasn't dated very many people over the age of 25, and it seems that she answered the reason for this in an interview. She said, "My problem is my standards are too high. I have really high standards and in my mind I'm young. I'm like 22, 23, 24, that's the age." Abby also doesn't seem to care all that much about who these men are personality-wise. In fact, Abby said in 2015 that she and the guy she was dating were totally wrong for each other, but she's still with him because he's really young and hot.
No, we're not a good match.
No, then why are you dating him?
Because he's really young and hot.
Oh, well.
Next, let's explore young adults. There was a video taken by a cameraman amongst a group of paparazzi, where Abby is outside a Hollywood restaurant with a young guy named Sam. She laughs, saying that she's high, and when one of the paparazzi asks Sam if they're on a date, he turns away and seems to shake his head slightly. Although, the two were seen together quite a lot around this time. Abby even took him as her date to the reality TV awards.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Up high, guys, come on.
Oh.
This is
Sam.
Sam.
How you doing, Sam?
Sam, I am.
Is this a date night or? Oh, okay.
From his Instagram, it seems like he was 22 during the times that they were seen together. However, Abby commented on his post that 22 was her lucky number, suggesting that they knew each other back when he was 21. On her Instagram, Abby was also promoting several men in their early 20s, such as Jordy and Julian, after they were in advertising for Abby's Studio Rescue in 2014. While there's nothing inherently wrong with a woman trading social media exposure for attention from guys, It worries me because the human brain doesn't fully mature until the age of 25. This makes it harder to have control over impulses and navigate the complexities of social life. It can also be very easy to become dependent on older partners, especially if substances are somehow involved. Evidence number 3, under 21s. These are men who are technically adults, but under 21 years of age. Since last October, Abby left countless flirtatious comments on Noah Beck's Instagram account. He was 19 when these were posted. She said, "Hubba hubba, great pics," and tells him to come over and make a video with her. This actually caught the attention of the mainstream media, who thought she was embarrassing herself. She also said that one of his pictures put her over the edge, and left 2 comments in all caps telling him to watch a Bob Fosse video. Not only is he way too young to receive this kind of attention from a 55-year-old, but he also has a very public relationship with his girlfriend, Dixie D'Amelio. He has decided not to publicly respond to Abby's many comments, which suggests that the comments were not wanted. She has recently stopped commenting on his posts, but it is uncertain whether she gave up or if he decided to block her after all those comments. More recently, Abby collaborated with TikTok user Willy Wonka TikTok. In the video, she tells him that he should put his hands all over her.
Men don't stand with their hands in front of their crotch, for goodness sakes.
Well, where do you want them?
All over me.
This video is particularly hard for me to watch because he is 20, the same age as me. 4. Teenage children. If you thought what we've covered so far was disturbing, just you wait. Things are going to get more ethically questionable from here on out. In one of Elliana's YouTube videos, she claims that Abby is obsessed with her 14-year-old boyfriend Jensen. According to her, Abby DMs her, basically saying that she has a crush on him. And in another of her videos, Abby sent her a video message where she told Elliana that boys come and go. She then went on to say that Jensen liked her and was in complete awe of her when they met.
Oh, there's Abby Lee.
Your bae
She
loves him.
She loves me. She put me at the top of the pyramid, and then
She DMs me so much, basically telling me that she has a crush on Jensen.
pretty much.
Yeah, boys come and go. There's a lot of fish in the sea.
Well,
They swim by. I mean, come on, that kid that you're with, he liked me a couple months ago. He was in awe of me.
Furthermore, in an interview with Kathy, Brady revealed that Abby would take him to the mall, hand him clothes, and call him Jordy. Jordy was the name of Abby's ex-boyfriend. Jordy has since claimed that they were never officially together, but he did go to the UK with Abby and her girls in 2014. Brady says that if he could tell Abby anything he wanted, he would say, "I'm not your boyfriend."
Whenever we would go to the mall, when we would go there a bunch of times when we were leaving, she would hand me clothes and say, here, Jordy. And Jordy was, I don't know if like her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend at the time or something like that. And like, I would always love to tell her, I'm not your boyfriend.
Sometime in 2015, presumably during the filming of Season 5, Episode 30, Abby made an incredibly inappropriate joke about a competitor who was only 14 years old. Why anyone would ever think this sort of thing, I don't know. When JoJo first came out earlier this year, Abby told her, "That's more hot young guys for me." This was when JoJo was 17, which suggests that Abby would be interested in a guy around the same age.
I'm single, and sometimes guys are jerks, so good for her. And that's what I said. I said, you know what, JoJo? That's more hot young guys out there for me.
This is crazy not just because of the age difference, but also because 17 is not yet an adult. And finally, we have little kids. Dawn Check was a guest for an episode on Christie's podcast, where she discussed the experiences she and her daughter had at the ALDC. According to her, Abby bought Christmas gifts for the kids at her studio in 2010. What she gave them, however, was really disturbing. The kids under 7 years old, which included Maddie and Mackenzie, got bras and panties as gifts. But even more disturbing was the gifts that the older girls received. Everyone over the age of 7, including Chloe and Reagan, received holiday-themed G-strings.
Abby would give the kids like a little gift. But the one year, December 2010, she gave the little ones, so like Mackenzie and Maddie, got little bras and panties, but our girls, who were a little bit older, anywhere from 7 up, you got a G-string. And not just any G-string, but holiday G-strings with pom-poms on them, like Christmas holiday G-strings.
Reagan kept hers, showing it on a TikTok. It wasn't even practical for dance, since they were bright red and had pom-poms on them. She pointed out how unjustifiable it was for Abby to give her students this gift. Apparently, Holly was so disturbed that she gave Nia's gift right back to Abby.
Yup. She gave this to us. I was 10. I didn't even know what this was. I had no idea.
Holly gave hers back. She said it was inappropriate. Holly was like so upset.
Then there's the incident where Abby kissed a child on television without consent. While both the mums and fans laughed it off as a funny joke at the time, it seems really creepy in retrospect. Abby was a teacher who wielded a lot of power over Maddie's life and career at the time. She knew how quickly Abby's mood could change from pleased to angry, so of course Maddie's response was to laugh along. I'm well aware that Abby's love life is none of my business, which is why I held off on making this video for such a long time. But when someone makes a habit out of flirting with minors, impressionable young adults, former students, and giving children inappropriate gifts, it concerns me. Even the fact that the gifts remained a secret for such a long time really worries me. I sincerely hope that what I've covered is the absolute extent of this, and that Abby can be more appropriate and thoughtful of others in the future. So what do you guys think? At what point do you think Abby took things too far? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.